Part 30.5, Surah Ar-Rum, the Romans Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Sufi Essence with Hammad Syed. This section will cover Surah 30 verses 21 through 25, which present a series of profound and intimate cosmological and anthropological signs that demand human reflection, covering the creation of spouses, the diversity of languages and colors, the purpose of sleep and sustenance, and the stability of the heavens and earth by divine command. We now embark upon one of the most intellectually rich and spiritually tender passages in Surah Ar-Rum, a section dedicated entirely to presenting the Jait signs of Allah's existence, power, and mercy, which are embedded not in distant cosmic phenomena, but in the intimate fabric of human life in our immediate environment. This segment, covering verses 21 through 25, shifts from the stern warnings of the final judgment to the gentle, persuasive language of reflection and contemplation to dabber. The verses unfold like a curated gallery of divine artistry, where each sign from the bond of marriage to the phenomenon of sleep, from the stunning diversity of mankind to the fear and hope inspired by the lightning, is presented as an irrefutable proof of the Azr's existence and his unique attributes, Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim. The entire passage compels the listener to recognize that the greatest mysteries of existence are often found in the things we take for granted, transforming the mundane into the miraculous. The realization of these signs is the essence of ilm, serving as the most effective antidote to the heedlessness ghafla that plagues those who focus only on the outer appearance of the world. The intimate signs, marriage, diversity, and sustenance, Kanzelaman. Surah Ar-Rum, the Romans. Chapter 30, verse 21. And of his signs is that he created for you mates from among yourselves. You may find repose in them. And he has put between you affection and mercy. Verily, in that are indeed signs for a people who reflect. The series of signs begins with the most personal and fundamental unit of human society, marriage, Allah states with profound tenderness. And of his signs is that he created for you mates from among yourselves. Wa min ahata lakum min anfusikum azujin. The phrase "from among yourselves" emphasizes the shared essence and common human origin of the spouses, eliminating any notion of spiritual or existential disparity. This immediate connection provides the primary purpose of the marital bond, that you may find repose in them, li taskin ilabe. Repose, sukun, is not just physical comfort, it is deep existential tranquility, the cessation of inner spiritual anxiety, and the finding of ultimate peace in a world defined by turbulence. The partner is thus the spiritual haven, the source of emotional and psychological security. The verse then identifies the two divine gifts that sustain this haven. And he has put between you affection and mercy. Wa ya Allah benekem mawaddatan. Wa raḥmah. Affection, mawaddah, is the outward active expression of love, passion, and companionship, the vigorous, mutual love that grows and sustains the relationship. Mercy, raḥmah, is the deeper, more profound quality of compassion, forgiveness, and protection that covers the relationship during times of difficulty, illness, and aging, when physical affection may wane. It is the enduring, unconditional bond that transcends the transient aspects of the dunya. This fusion of active love and protective compassion is a divine placement, yalla, not merely a human emotion. The verse concludes with the essential truth, verily, in that are indeed signs for a people who reflect ina eften lika layitin, li kolman, yata fakarn. The creation of complementary sexes and the supernatural installation of Mawaddah and raḥmah are not accidental. They are deliberately placed signs for those who engage in reflection tofakar, indicating the Creator's benevolent wisdom and intricate design. True ilm begins by recognizing the divine artistry and the sanctity and structure of the family unit. Kanzel Iman, Quran, Surah Ar-Rum, the Romans, chapter 30, verse 22. And of his signs is the creation of the heavens and the earth, the diversity of your languages and colors. Verily, in that are indeed signs for the people of knowledge. The movement of signs suddenly shifts from the intimate domestic sphere to the expansive global realm, demonstrating the Creator's mastery over all scales of existence. The verse first restates the macrocosmic sign. And of his signs is the creation of the heavens and the earth, walmin, atahi, kalk, asand, witi, wa, Allah, an immense, overwhelming testament to power and order that sets the stage for the more subtle, but equally profound, human signs. The core of this verse, however, lies in its celebration of diversity, and the diversity of your languages and colors, wa iktalfu, al-sanaticum, wa al-nekum. Diversity of languages, al-sanaticum, encompasses not merely different vocabularies, but the vast, complex structures of human communication, thought, and culture, all stemming from a single original source. The diversity of colors, al-nekum, refers to the multitude of human ethnicities, skin tones, and physical characteristics. This difference is not a biological accident or a curse, but a deliberate sign of Allah's aesthetic richness and creative will. It is the very purpose of this diversity to encourage understanding, recognition, and mutual respect, thereby affirming the universal unity of the human soul under a single creator. The existence of such immense, ordered diversity, while maintaining a common human essence, is an intellectually staggering proof of divine design. The ultimate audience for this sign is specifically defined, verily, in that are indeed signs for the people of knowledge. People of knowledge, al gliman, are those who possess true ilm, the intellectually and spiritually mature individuals capable of observing phenomena, dissecting its complexity, and inevitably concluding that such profound, ordered variance could only be the work of a single, infinitely wise and omnipotent creator. The acceptance of human diversity as a divine sign is thus an essential component of spiritual and intellectual maturity. Kanzeliman, Quran, Surah Ar-Rum, the Romans, chapter 30, verse 23. And of his signs is your sleep by night and by day, and your seeking his bounty. Verily, and that are indeed signs for a people who listen. The surah moves to a third, deeply personal and rhythmic sign, the cycle of human activity and rest. The first aspect is the divine gift of sleep, and of his signs is your sleep by night and by day. Wamin ahatiman mukam, by alayli wa anar. Sleep, manim, is not merely physical exhaustion. It is a cessation of consciousness, a temporary, involuntary retreat from the worldly life, often likened to a lesser death. The fact that the entire nervous and conscious system can be reliably turned off and restarted is a profound, continuous miracle. Furthermore, the alternation between night ol-lail, which is naturally conducive to rest, and day an nar, which is naturally conducive to activity, is a perfect, merciful design that sustains human life and sanity. The second aspect is the subsequent return to activity, and your seeking his bounty wa ibtide yukum min falihi. The seeking of bounty ibtide min falihi refers to the dignified search for sustenance, livelihood, and material prosperity through honest effort. The need for rest and the drive for work are two perfectly balanced forces that are divinely ingrained in the human constitution. Man cannot survive without the rest granted by night, and he cannot fulfill his temporal purpose without the opportunity for seeking bounty offered by day. The provision of these cyclical conditions is an act of Allah's sustained mercy. The intended audience for this realization is a people who listen, li common, yasma, un. Listening, yasma, unhear, means more than hearing. It implies active, attentive receptivity, the ability to hear the subtle, silent message within the rhythm of the day and night, and to recognize the constant hand of the provider in all that is earned. True ilm teaches that both rest and effort are equally acts of worship and signs of the Creator's benevolent provision. Kanzel, Aman, Quran, Surah Ar-Rum, the Romans, chapter 30, verse 24. And of his signs is that he shows you the lightning, for fear and for hope. And he sends down water from the sky, and revives the earth thereby after its death. Verily, and that are indeed signs for a people who understand. The fourth sign returns to the macrocosm, focusing on a phenomenon that beautifully encapsulates the human condition of fear and hope, the weather. The first part is the dual nature of the lightning, and of his signs is that he shows you the lightning. Why for fear and for hope wamin, tehi, yurkum al-barka, kafan wa, wama, an. The sight of lightning simultaneously inspires fear kaf, the terror of a destructive, controllable force that can cause harm, and hope, wama, the promise of impending rain, which is essential for life. This duality perfectly mirrors the human journey, which is characterized by a continuous healthy tension between the fear of Allah's punishment and the hope in His boundless mercy. The purpose of this spectacular display is the subsequent life-giving action, and He sends down water from the sky and revives the earth thereby after its death. This restates the key argument from verse 30 to 19, emphasizing that the rain alemdi is the direct instrument of resurrection in the physical world. The destructive force of the lightning is immediately followed by the creative, sustaining force of the water, teaching that the ultimate purpose of divine might is benevolent provision. The conclusion targets those who understand, verily, in that are indeed signs for a people who understand ina f dunlika, layitin, likomin yakiln. The understanding, yakiln, refers to those who possess the highest level of intellect, akal, enabling them to move beyond mere observation, to synthesize the lessons, to grasp the moral, scatological, and existential significance of these physical phenomena, recognizing that the power to resurrect the earth is the exact power that will resurrect the soul. Kanz al-Aman, Quran, Surah Ar-Rum, the Romans, chapter 30, verse 25. And of His signs is that the heaven and the earth stand by His command. Then afterwards, when He will call you by a single call, behold, you will come out from the earth. The final verse of this section brings all the signs together with a dramatic declaration of absolute divine sovereignty and a final undeniable proof of the resurrection. This stability of the cosmos is revealed to be a mere act of command, and of His signs is that the heaven and the earth stand by His command. Wamin, Ayetahian, Takma, Assam, Yuwa, Alarku, by Amri. The immense opposing forces of the heavens and the earth should naturally clash and collapse, are held in perfect perpetual order not by their own physical laws, but by the continuous decisive command Amr of Allah. This is the ultimate proof of His transcendent power. The entire universe is utterly dependent on His sustained intentional will. This absolute sovereignty over the cosmos is then directly linked to the final moment of recreation. The stability of the universe is merely a temporary staging ground for the final, definitive act. Then afterwards, when He will call you by a single call, behold, you will come out from the earth. Thumma, idinda, becomeda, waitan, mina layer, idan, antimtokrajan. The use of a single call, da waitan, emphasizes the ease, simplicity, and immediate effectiveness of the divine command. The resurrection of every single human being, from Adam to the last person, is a matter of a single, effortless utterance. The powerful, sudden phrase, behold, you will come out idan and tokrajan, captures the inevitable, instantaneous emergence of all humanity from the earth, just as easy as a seed sprouts from the soil. This verse synthesizes the entire argument. The Creator who sustains the heavens and the earth by a single command is the same one who will resurrect all of humanity by a single call. This is the final, glorious proof that leaves no room for doubt for those endowed with ilm. Hadith. The verses in this section emphasize the divine placement of affection and mercy, mawaddah wa raḥmah, in marriage 32:21, and the necessity of reflecting on the diversity of languages and colors 32:22 as signs of Allah's wisdom. This points to the essential Islamic principle of respect, compassion, and the pursuit of knowledge. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, taught, the most complete of the believers in faith is the one with the best character, and the best of you are those who are best to their women. Sunan At-Tirmidhi 1162, the Book of Suckling. This beautiful hadith is the perfect spiritual commentary on the divine sign of marriage presented in verse 21. The verse declares that mawaddah and raḥmah are placed between spouses by Allah. This hadith then provides the practical, ethical metric for the highest level of faith. Amen. The Prophet, peace be upon him, links the completeness of belief directly to excellent character afsanium kulukin, and singles out the treatment of women, wives, mothers, daughters, and sisters as the ultimate test of that character. The one who truly reflects upon the divine gift of affection and mercy will naturally exhibit the best character in the intimacy of his home. This teaching affirms that spiritual perfection is inseparable from ethical perfection, and the respect for the partner whom Allah created for repose is the clearest indicator of one's sincerity and submission to the Creator's design. The appreciation of the domestic sign marriage thus becomes a measure of one's entire spiritual maturity. Let us now supplicate, drawing from the profound lessons of these verses, asking Allah to grant us a deeper understanding and to guide our every step. O Allah, Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim, we humbly reflect upon the profound sign of creating mates from among ourselves, and we beg you to saturate our homes and hearts with your divine gifts of pure affection and mercy, that we may always find spiritual repose in our sacred bonds. Grant us the deepest ilm to recognize the sublime beauty in the diversity of our languages and colors, and make us among the people of knowledge who honor every human soul as a testament to your matchless artistry and singular design. We thank you for the merciful sleep of the night and the blessing of seeking your bounty by day. Make us among the people who listen to the rhythm of your provision, ensuring our hearts are ever grateful. Preserve us from fear and strengthen our hope as we witness the lightning. Solidify our faith in the resurrection that is as certain as the rain that revives the earth after its death. Keep our hearts steadfast, knowing that the heaven and earth stand by your single command, and prepare us for the moment when you will call us by a single call to emerge from the earth. May Allah illuminate your heart and mind with the light of this divine ill. May He make your channel a beacon of guidance for all who seek spiritual clarity and truth. May your efforts be a source of immense reward, and may you be granted the highest stations of paradise. May the peace and blessings of Allah always be upon you and your loved ones. May He grant you unwavering steadfastness on the path of truth. And may your work be a testament to His magnificent names, Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim. Ameen.